Hey, welcome back you beats to another video here on the channel. How you all doing? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. We're back with another ARC video. We're going to be comparing the experimental Giga to the original Giga, seeing which one's stronger, seeing how much of a difference there is, and then maybe fighting them against a few titans or some bosses and see what happens. But first of all, the first thing that we need to note is how massive. Look at the difference here. You thought this Giga was huge. This Giga is tiny in comparison. Look at the difference. It's insane. You'll have to look up at that guy. It's crazy. Before we get into the experiment though, make sure to like button, subscribe to become a human being, and check out the limited time 5k merch. Link down below. Let's get into this. So they're both level 1 to keep it fair. Stats should be roughly the same. So at level 1, you basically get the base stat. 17,000 health, 4,000 stamina, 700 weight, and 20 melee. Let's have a look at this guy. So this guy doesn't actually allow you to look in their inventory. So you could try, but nothing happens. There's not an access inventory. If you do this, you can somewhat see. So I'm going to quickly read out to you what I can see. 208,000 health, I believe that is. 800 stam, 1400 weight, and 100 melee. So what's the difference between these two? Obviously this guy has a lot more health, a lot beefier at level 1. Let's start off with the Giga. We got a training dummy. This will tell us how much DPS it does. 80 DPS at level 1 that this Giga does. 839 damage. So basically 840 damage. That is insane. That's over 100 times better than the Giga. Dude, this experimental Giga is insane. Okay, let's turn it up a little bit. We're going to get two of these to fight. Now, I think we'll just have them fight at level 1. But, honestly, with that 800 damage, this guy's going to go down extremely fast. So, maybe we'll do a level 1 against a level 150 Giga. Okay, so we've got a level 150 wild Giga right here. We're in players only mode, so it can't attack right now. And then we've got our level 1 here. So, we're going to... obviously, this is the health bar. It will tell us how much health it's got, considering we can't see that. But just in case, we could have a spyglass to help us see what's going to happen. Okay, well, let's go into players. Let's stop players only and see what happens. So these guys should start attacking. Oh, our guy might not. Hopefully this Giga attacks. They may think that they're the same. Oh, we're going to have to have a bit of assistance. Attack that guy. So it's doing 800 damage off the bat. Let's see how much this Giga does on its own. 1,000 damage from the level 150 wild Giga. So obviously a wild Giga will have a bit more of a buff stat. But as you can see, this is a level 1, remember. This is a level 1 experimental Giga. And, I mean, I can't tell who's going to win this first. Let's, obviously this guy's health we can see there. But let's check this guy's health out. At half health, I do think that our Giga will win. Saying that, though, this Giga has now got it at the ankles. And he is unable to hit it. I don't know who's going to win this. It's a close one. The actual Giga's looking bloody. But the level 1 has got no chance because it can't actually hit it. Because it's just spinning in circles. So that is obviously a downside to the experimental Giga. The hitbox for the experimental Giga is too small. And as you can see, experimental Giga is about to die. Wow, how much health does this guy have left? He had 20k health left. Wow. Well done, my friend. Well done. So that was a level 1 though. So just keep that in mind. That was a max level wild Giga. So wild Gigas are stronger anyway stats wise against a level 1 experimental Giga. If it was the other way around and it was a 150 experimental versus a 150 Giga, there'll be no match. But I feel like we should do another experiment. Okay, so for reference, we've got one experimental Giga max tame, so 225 versus 2 wild 150 Gigas. So they might be mate boosted, they may not be. And yeah, let's see if this guy can survive. And I think as long as they don't get under its feet, it can survive. Here we go, going in. How much damage is this guy gonna go? Oh, so it's 800 damage as a set range. That's actually interesting. That is extremely interesting. So its attack does not go up in comparison to its level. Okay, so this is where the Giga, experimental Giga sucks. It can't actually hit them. These guys are mate boosted, so I'm going to help out a little bit. Let me attack these while we're moving. The issue is with the experimental Giga, it just can't reach them. And you know this in the missions. If you've done the mission with the experimental Giga, it just cannot hold back. Now this guy's got 675k health and it is going down like mad. These guys have got 23k left, but obviously if they get around it, this guy's not going to attack them because he's just going to get stuck. But again, this is two wild Gigas versus the experimental Giga, who's actually doing damage on both right now. So this is the perfect, and both have died. There we go. So this guy managed to take on two wild Gigas, which is really insane. Damage stayed the same though, which I was not expecting. Okay, for the final fight, we have the experimental Giga at max level versus an Ice Titan. Okay, so this guy's got 350,000 health, does that say? And this guy's got 600, I believe. 600,000. Yeah, okay, well, this is going to be an interesting match. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to send him into attack straight off the bat. He's doing 2,000 damage against the Titan right now. Insane. Titan's taking a lot of damage. Was a little bit unfair because the Titan is spawning in. There we go. Titan's finally done the first attack. It only took a quarter of his health to start realizing this. And he's doing 3k damage compared to the 2.5k from the experimental Giga. I don't think the Ice Titan has much of a chance here, to be honest. It's a big enough target for the experimental Giga to hit quite comfortably. And really, I don't think it's much of a challenge at all. That to me was a no-brainer. The Ice Titan was going to die. It didn't attack as much as I would like. I think we're going to try and spawn in all three Titans and see if this guy can take them on. Well, this is a bit dodgy, but our Giga is going in. There's only two of them, obviously, because this guy hasn't despawned. We'll just see what happens. Experimental Giga versus two Titans. Oh, okay, well, the Desert Titan is squidgy, as we know. And I think he's just getting the attacks off on both right now. Oh, the Forest Titan's thinking it can have a go. The Desert Titan, not really doing much. It's hitting it with the lightning, but that's about it. That is the Desert Titan down. And now he's on to the Forest Titan with loads of his health left. Honestly, we may just end it there because he is not going to win this. I think we need to switch maps for the final experiment. The final challenge is here. The Alpha King Titan versus one experimental Giga. Who will win? Leave your prediction down below. Let's see what happens in this epic fight. King Titan versus experimental Giga. The epic fight has started. How much damage is doing? Oh, only 800 damage a bite. And is he even able? Oh, 200 damage. Oh, damn. But doesn't look like the King Titan can hurt this guy either. So this is going to be a slow battle. I do not know what's happening, but the Titan cannot hurt the Giga. By the looks of it, the Giga has still got the majority of its health and only doing a measly 200 damage. But the Titan cannot hurt it. Very strange. So we're speeding up. Let's see what happens as it's sped up. The Giga is now taking some damage. Not sure who it's from. It might be from the rogue creatures going after it. But the King Titan is still dropping its health like crazy. It looks like it is over for the experimental Giga. All the other dinos around it are just kicking its ass. I think we're going to call that there. Even though it defeated and destroyed the normal regular Titans, the Big Daddy King Titan was just too much for it. As you can see, the King Titan's not able to hurt the experimental Giga, but his little minions are. And the rate they're going, the King Titan has lost a fair bit of health, but the experimental Giga is now at half, which means that by the time that more creatures come, he is definitely going to die. So we're going to call that there. At the end of the video, basically, the experimental Giga is amazing. It is super strong, so much better than a regular Giga, like so much better. So if you were to cheat in the experimental Giga and use it as a tame, it will be a very good tame, especially if you can level up some stats. But you can't really get into the inventory, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. Anyways, that is the video. That is the experimental Giga. And we've sort of done our own little experiment, test it against other creatures and see what it can defeat and what it cannot defeat. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you haven't, make sure to like button, subscribe to become a Bean, and I'll see you in the next episode of Fantastic Day. Bye!